That's how I was actually first aware of you last year at Davos, where you're actually in the presence of the Dark Lord himself.
Which one?
Yeah, right. Yeah, which one? Sir Anthony Blair,
Yes.
Knight of the Garter. He was actually he pretty much blanked you, I think, didn't he? That's his style in the street. But still, you went up to him and was trying to ask him questions, put him under a bit of pressure. That was cool, I thought. So how was that from your point of view?
Well, it was interesting.
Davos in general.
Yeah, it's the best way I could describe it. It's like a movie set.
Really?
So, do you know Mark Devlin? So he put out.
Yeah.
He put out, I'd love to have a sit down chat with him, but like he put out a video saying, do you know, I used to like Rebel News, but you know they're controlled opposition because how do people get that close to all these people like in one go? And some people who then like kind of seen that going, yeah, how do you get that close? I was like, have you ever been to Davos? No. All right, there you go. Like, if you really want to know, I suggest you just go out there and see for yourself, because, like I said, it's like a movie set. The day we got there, it was the day before all the WEF stuff kicked off, their annual conference. So we thought, let's go have a quick look today to just see what the difference is between today and tomorrow. And as we're driving down, they're getting all this stuff, all this infrastructure ready, and there's literally, so where like the main WEF stuff is happening, you have to be invited as a journalist, and they have, the best I can describe it, it looks like an East German checkpoint to get through, and it's literally just there's like a timber watchtower, a timber wall, little walkway that you can get through, and out where we would see people, it's literally just the promenade. It is like the high street in Davos.
Yeah, it's just an open street, right? I mean,
open street where there are some big businesses, even some countries. The one that made me laugh was that Greece literally rented out a building. I was like, hold on, they haven't got a pot to piss in. Like, how can they afford a building in Davos?
They borrowed the money off Germany to do that.
Probably, yeah. And so there are often talks in these other buildings. But also, it's just, you know, these people go out on the high street because it's almost like, well, in my opinion anyway, they want to show themselves off. Like, they're almost safe there. There's that much security. They put out 5,000 troops to like, protect the place. You know, we were joking saying it's because, you know, Avi made that much of an impact last time that they're that scared of him. But, yeah, going back to the, like, the movie set thing. So, like, use all these, like, timber structures. They on the end of a church, MSNBC built this extension, literally a timber extension. All these countries and companies, they'd literally put like a new skin on a building for like their like brand or logo, right. And they were doing that at the start of 1 week, and literally on the Friday, you know, half of the guys had gone home. Me and my producer went out back into Davos to have a look, and they're taking it all down. It's literally that much of a movie set. And the ironic thing is you know, they were preaching about sustainability, yet these buildings last a week.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I mean, I worked in and around Westminster for quite a while, a few years. And I found it a bit surprising that unless you're the Prime Minister or one of the senior Secretaries of State, if you're not that, then you just walk to the Palace of Westminster, to the Houses of Parliament. So if you just hang around long enough outside at Westminster, you'll just see the leader of the opposition, the leader of the SNP, just walking along, just strolling along without any bodyguards or anything. Yeah, so it doesn't surprise me that if you were just waited around long enough, you would just see somebody like Tony Blair just walking, or Greta Thunberg, or someone, anyone really, just walking along to get to. They're a normal person. They're still a human being that has to physically get there.
Or are they?
Yeah, right. Or are they? Are they not lizard people? Interdimensional lizards, I should say, more accurately. Yeah, no. Well, I wanted to ask you then, just your thoughts and feelings on, in the most general sense of like the UN and WEF. I mean, what the hell do you think's going on there? Why would a organisation like WEF be so seemingly so unbelievably powerful to be able to sort of, even in their own words, sort of infiltrate cabinets all over the world and have people like Tony Blair who sort of set the tone, set policy, even though they're not in government.
My
And
prediction is he's the next leader of the WEF as well.
you think so?
That's my prediction.
He is extremely ambitious in the worst sense. Tony Blair always has been, really, I think. But why is it? People, defenders of it, try and say, oh, it's only a small economic forum type thing. Like, if people are allowed to get together and have conversations, there's no problem with that. But obviously, when you look at it, if you're honest, they're sort of wielding unnatural amounts of power, a nexus for billionaires and people that aren't in government, and subverting people that are in government and all that sort of stuff. What's going on, in your opinion, there? What are we looking at?
Well, it's interesting you say like that, because so that same day that I met Tony Blair, and sorry, going back to what you were saying earlier, he just completely, he wouldn't even look me in the eye.
Right, yeah.
He wouldn't even look me in the eye, and I
Classic Blair, just blank that someone's shouting questions at you. Just
yeah,
blank it,
and for anyone who's not seen the video, I even said to him, I said, look, it's okay to be wrong. Making mistakes is, humans are flawed. We make mistakes, but there's a difference between making a mistake and then doubling down when you know it's false. And I made reference to that when I said, you said people who didn't take the jab are stupid. Okay, we've now got the mainstream media, in my opinion, trying to actually just control the damage and almost firefight rather than just openly go, oh yeah, well, you were right. They're now even saying that these COVID vaccines were bad. I was like, we've got proof now that you were wrong. It's like, and it's okay to be wrong if you admit you're wrong when you're wrong. But anyway, so the tangent I was going on there. Minutes before seeing him, I saw Larry Fink,
Okay.
the CEO of BlackRock.
Right, yeah.
And I think I annoyed a fair few people at BlackRock that week. I'm probably on some form of list. I was on that Emerald Robinson on her show, doing a few interviews when I was out there, and I'd literally, again, just because I do like to poke the bear, I'd go and do my interviews. I'd take my MacBook, I'd put it on this bollard, so it's literally just balancing on there, and I'd stand with BlackRock in the background, and the security come over and go, you can't be here. I'm like, you see that brickwork there? So that's your territory, and this is public. All right? You having a good day? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You see you later.
Yeah.
And funny enough, that guy actually, he'd walk around, and at one point, I'm doing this interview, and I just see over the corner of the laptop, literally the security guard peer around with his phone, taking pictures. So, either he fancies me or I'm on a list.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I saw Larry Fink, and I said to him, I was like, why are you here? Like, why is the
legitimate
CEO
question? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is the CEO of BlackRock doing in Davos? Because, if it's for the benefit of the planet, everyone, what's the secret? Why do we have to keep what you say behind closed doors? If it's literally to benefit all of us, it's like me and you having a secret conversation. Right, we need to breathe oxygen, but don't tell the others. But it's for their benefit. Why do we have to keep that away from them? And I said, or are you here for nefarious reasons? Because I've never voted for you. Not only have I never voted for you, I've never seen you on a ballot sheet. So why do you have a say on the World Economic Forum agenda, which ultimately, trickles down into nation states? Again, wouldn't answer a question.
To watch the full video, please become a premium member at lotuseaters.com.